Good morning, everybody, and welcome to my closet. So with this group, Make Your Statement, one of the things that we really want to focus on is really embracing who you are, whether that would be who your character is, what your talents are, what your gifts are, and also taking a look at what your style is a little bit on the outside. Now, with a disclaimer, this whole group is designed for you to embrace you. As we have shared our closet pictures and videos and what you're about to see, I really want you to make sure that you are checking yourself, not to have feelings of missing out or that you wish your closet looked like somebody else's. This is really about you embracing who you are and the gifts that you have, because each of us is unique, and being able to nurture our own spirits and being grateful for what we have is really going to be the key to being confident in making your statement. So let's get right to the good stuff with the closet. Usually about twice a year at both of the major season changes that we have here in the Midwest, when it's cold and when it gets really hot, I go through my closet. And I usually do a combination of two things, which I talked about in the post that I did yesterday. The first is Marie Kondo style. And what that means is you literally take out everything from your closet. So my items, I do share a closet with my husband, and my items start right over here in the corner with a couple of skirts, and then they wrap all the way around over to here. And these are some clothes that I actually borrowed from someone else. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take everything out of the closet and I'm going to put it on my bed. And I'm going to look at every article after it's all out there, and I'm going to say, does this spark joy? And I know it seems kind of hokey, but it really is a great way to check yourself and say, you know what? Does this outfit make me look good? Does the fabric feel good against my skin? Is it match with the other items that I have? And if the answer is absolutely, then you're going to keep that. It's a really easy decision. If you're like, I'm not sure, but I really spent a lot of money on it, we're going to set that aside. And if at any point you hold something and you're like, no, it's too tight in the middle, it's too tight across the chest, I really don't like it, out it goes. So you should end up with 3 piles. Absolute yes, I feel amazing. I can't really decide on it yet. And then a nope, not going to happen. And then all of those items that are nope, not going to happen, we're going to talk about what to do with those later. That middle section of maybe, but I'm not 100% sure, I'm a little bit more attached to that. When we put that back in our closet, we're really going to make note of those items and turn the hangers around. And then the pieces that we absolutely love, we're going to take stock and inventory of those. And we are also going to turn those hangers around to see if our gut feeling is really what we're doing with our clothes. So that's the first one with the Marie Kondo, get it all out. The second one is when you put it back in, we're going to turn the hangers around. Now, I'm also going to add a third thing I didn't talk about, and this actually comes from Dana White. She has a website that I'll link below called A Slob Comes Clean. And she has a fabulous book called Decluttering at the Speed of Light. By the way, I get no kickbacks in any way from Marie Kondo or Dana White in mentioning their books or their websites. They're just things that I really love and have made such a huge impact in my life. So what Dana says in Decluttering at the Speed of Light is set yourself a timer, because the last thing that you want to do is get distracted in the middle of a project and have to leave and come back with something that's messier than it was when you started. So in order to help me make that happen, because I do have some things I need to do this afternoon, is I'm going to set a timer. I have about 45 minutes that I can get all of this done in, or that's really all that I can do. So I'm only going to start with the hanging items that you see behind me, and I'm going to pull those and only those. The stuff that you see up above me, I'm going to leave that there. And if I run out of time, then I'm not worried about it. I can literally just put everything back into my closet. Because then that way, when the timer goes off, I told you I was setting it for 45 minutes. That gives me 5 more minutes to put everything back into my closet or into bags with what we're going to talk about here at the end of that video. So 50 minutes total. So let's see if I can do it. Step 1, let's clean it all out. Okay, I just came up to my first set of items that had the hangers backwards from probably 6 months ago, which means I didn't wear them all summer and I'm not wearing them this fall. So let's take a look at what they are. The first one is this two cute tops actually. I got the first one at Old Navy and it's actually it sits on me a little bit short. And the second one, I think I got from Old Navy as well. It's a super cute shirt that's kind of more like this. It's kind of racetrack. It actually looks pretty good on me, but it requires a strapless bra, and I don't think I have the right kind of bra. In fact, if I remember right, I've had this shirt for 4 years and I've never worn it other than when I first bought it. So I'm going to get rid of that because it's just taking up space in my closet. And then the last two are these adorable see-through summer shirts. They're the same size, but one is actually looser than the other. I bought them thinking that they would look fabulous over the top of my swimsuits, and they're just not working the way that I want them to. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of those. All right, I have two more items that I came up to that the hangers were backwards, which means I haven't worn them in at least 6 months, if not longer. Now, even though I haven't worn these in a period of time, I'm actually going to keep them. The first one is a Blackhawks jersey, and the other one is a Cubs jersey that my husband bought me. Now, the reason that I'm going to keep both of these are because they're pretty much the only sport shirts that I have for either of these teams. And being a teacher and then also sometimes getting invited to different parties, I kind of like to have some theme wear that I can wear. And I know that both of these were not cheap. So even though I haven't worn them in the last 6 months, because of the kind of clothing they are, great for sport days at school. They're also Chicago teams and something I can wear to parties for those team events. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to keep these anyway. Okay, this is highly entertaining. So this entire section here, not the gray jacket, but this section here, this is all my son's clothing that we actually ended up, I told him to keep it and not toss it or donate it because it was something that I thought had really good value that I'm going to try to sell online. I obviously forgot about it because it's been buried in my closet, which is a huge problem, which is one of the reasons I love Marie Kondo's Get It Out of Your Closet, Touch It and Look at It, because you can forget what's in here. In fact, there are two pieces in here that I've actually been looking for, but they got stuck between his clothes. So let me show you what those are. The first one is a Star Wars shirt. It was his shirt. He grew out of it, but it's something, again, that I can wear at school for May 4th when we do May the 4th Be With You, or whenever there's a movie premiere or something fun for the kids. The other one is actually inside out on its hanger, which is why I didn't know that it was there, is because I left it inside out, which is a bad habit of mine that I do sometimes when clothes get washed inside out and I'm just too lazy to put them on the right way. So I have found a lost shirt. All right, back to it. Okay, even though this was on fast forward, you might have noticed I kind of got stuck there in the corner. I stopped doing what I said I would do, where it's just pull everything out and touch it later. I'm doing that right now. So I have a couple of bizarre pieces I'm not sure what to do with. I have my master's graduation gown that I don't really want to throw out, but it doesn't necessarily need to take up space in my closet. I have my one and only suit jacket and button-down shirt. Again, don't want to get rid of that in case I ever need it, but I haven't worn it in 3 years. A gorgeous dress that I don't wear often, and I think it just kind of got stuck in here. A dress I've never worn. And then I have some of my daughter's dance recital dresses way back in the day, and then my wedding dress. So these are taking up space in my closet, but I'm not really doing anything with them, and I don't know what to do with them. So I'm going to put those down and come back to them later because, again, I'm not ready to make a decision about them. Okay, so you see all of this fabulous open space. I'm going to show you what it looks like right now in the piles in my room, and I'll be honest, I'm getting a little overwhelmed. What you can't see, and let me see if I can tip you down a little bit. Apparently I had put some clothes down here when I was putting clothes away, and they never actually got where they were supposed to be. So I'm going to have to take those and take a look at those as well. Okay, here they all are. I'm gonna be honest, I'm totally overwhelmed, and I'm embarrassed that I actually have this many clothes. What you are seeing here is pretty much everything I own, with the exception of workout clothes, probably some leggings and sweaters that don't get hung up. And I don't wear a lot of sweaters, or hoodies. That's what was on the top rack. So I have some work to do. One of the things that when Marie Kondo talks about it, and so does Dana White in their books, is that really most people wear the same 20 articles of clothing over and over again. So when I do this, I really need to be honest with myself. Is this piece of clothing serving me? Does it feel good? And do I feel good and confident when I'm wearing it? If the answer is no, and there's not a special event that I want to keep it for, or to like some of my dresses that I think I have 2 or 3 dresses that I wear on really special events, which don't happen very often. If it's not that kind of item, I really need to get rid of it, even if I did spend money on it, even if I didn't get my return on investment, or I didn't wear it enough to warrant that expenditure, because all I can do is take that information and move forward. As I do this, I'm going to tell you the same thing that I'm telling myself right now, is that it's okay, and you need to have a lot of grace and just a lot of grace and forgiveness with yourself for whatever reason, whether it's you bought it and you spent that money and the money could have been served somewhere else, or it's something you've been hanging on to for reasons, you're hoping to lose the weight, or you lost a lot of weight, or maybe it's a favorite outfit from a special occasion. Whatever the feelings that you have, if you have strong feelings about it, set it aside. Don't make that decision today, because again, we want to do this quickly. In my case, particularly because I'm blocked up against the clock, and emptying my closet took me about 10 minutes, although I did stop and chat with you for a few minutes. So let's see what we can do about this. And I'm also going to try to, when I put things back in my closet, put them back in the way that I use them, which would be skirts, pants, tank tops, short sleeves, long sleeves, just because that's how my brain works in doing that. Okay, here we go. Got to thinking, everybody does their closet a little bit differently, and that is okay. In fact, I think it's amazing and important to embrace what works for you. One of the things that Dana White says, who again is from A Slob Comes Clean, is she says, where is the first place that you would look for it? Well, in my closet, the first place I look for tank tops is that they're all together. I look for items of clothing in that way together. We're going to see some other people's closets that they do it according to color, or they do it according to season or style. And that's perfect for them. I want you to know that I want you, and I really encourage you to do with anything when you are making your statement, is to make it your own and to make sure that it works for you, not somebody else's idea, but your idea and what fits in for your life. I hope you're enjoying my teenager. Isn't he fabulous? I have about 7 minutes left, and I want to tell you about these 4 sections that I have left here. That is all of the stuff that was in my son's stuff that we were going to sell. And we're still going to do that. So that's that pile. This pile is all stuff that no longer serves me as my very first, no, gotta go. I'm not wearing it. The hangers may or may not have been backwards. I might have multiples of them, or similar styles. Which ones am I wearing the most? And then that back one is a couple of those articles that we talked about before. My graduation gown, my daughter's dance recital outfits, and my wedding dress. So I think what I'm going to do is do a little bit of Pinterest research or Google research and see how can I safely store them in rubber totes and then get them out of my closet, because I want my closet to be someplace where my clothing is, something that is serving me every single day. Those are not serving me. So those need a new home. Okay, we're back in here, and it might not look a whole lot different to you, but to me, it feels a lot different. I know that I have a lot more space in between my hangers here, which means that my clothes are not going to wrinkle even though they're hanging up, because we pretty much hang up everything, again, from pants, t-shirts, tank tops. I mean, you saw it all. And the only thing that's up here, which totally needs to be gone through as well, are like school t-shirts, holiday t-shirts, which some I did find in here, and I'm just going to fold them up and put them where they belong. Now, when you do something like this, you should notice that your own true style, your statement actually comes across as to who you are, because what you value will be in here. I don't own a ton of pants. I think I own 3 pairs of jeans and a ton of leggings and probably 6 pairs of dress pants for work. That's really all that it is. But what I do value are a lot of sleeveless shirts, a lot of cotton t-shirts. And what I did notice right through here is a whole section of shirts that are almost identical to each other. In fact, I was kind of laughing at myself. There's pink, black, white, teal, and I think that's it. I think there's 4 of them, and maybe there's another black one in a different section. I need to move it over. They're almost the exact same style of shirt. I bought them all when they were on clearance at Nordstrom Rack, and I just bought different colors because I love how they feel. They're flowy. They're very cooling pieces. I have a tendency to get really hot, and I move a lot in my job. So, you know, when you move more, you just get warmer more. And then these 2 pieces are identical. They're just different colors. So I noticed that when I really love clothes, I buy multiple colors in them. And then over on this section, these are all like warm weather, like hoodies or pullovers. And then I have a ton of, again, sweater type things that you would wear over a tank top. Are you noticing a pattern about me? And they are almost all in shades of gray or black. I love black and gray, hence what I'm wearing today. It just makes things so much easier, because then I can accessorize with pops of color, which we will talk about in the future. 2 pieces that I really wanted to show you in here actually come from the new Stella & Dot line, and this is one of my all-time favorites. I like to call it my work appropriate blanket. It is gray on one side and dusty rose on the other, and it's just perfect for, you know, wearing again with tank top, long sleeves. And like I said, this whole section is jackets like this that I can just wear. They look fantastic. They're super comfortable, and really are mix and match type clothes. And then another piece that is, again, one of my favorites, again, jacket, are we noticing? And it's in black. Also comes from that same Stella & Dot line, which is a bomber jacket. It's fitted a little bit more, so it looks a little bit more dressy. I don't zip it, but you can wear it black this way. Again, you can peek through and see the leopard print, or it's actually reversible and you can wear the leopard side out, and there's pockets on both sides. So I love my style. My style is very much me. It is mix and match. It is very much shades of black and gray. It's a very subdued style that focuses on comfort and keeping me mobile or cool when I'm mobile, since I do a lot of running around, getting up and down off the floor with the kids at work, or shelving books or doing projects, running from room to room. I need something that is going to be able to move with me and breathe with me at the same time, making me feel really, really confident. So not just in how I look, but also in my abilities. So we're going to find that clothing really does kind of help enhance who you believe you are. So that is my closet. I'm not quite done yet. I'm going to post some pictures afterwards. I'm really interested in how many hangers did I save, and what kind of clothing do I have out there? And what am I going to do with that? Because I want you to know what to do with the rest of your clothing, or at least give you some options that you're looking to get rid of.